how those goals were conceded, it tells a bigger story. Liverpool's backline looked stretched, almost disorganized whenever Bournemouth applied pressure. The biggest problem, the gap between the midfield and the defense. Every time Bournemouth transitioned quickly, Liverpool's defenders were caught in two minds. Do they step up or do they drop back? Virgil van Dijk, still the leader of the Premier League, is back. Liverpool picked up all 3 points in a 4-2 win over Bournemouth last night, but the game left us with more questions than answers. Yeah, they scored goals. Yes, there were flashes of brilliance, but also plenty of warning signs if Slot's men want to compete at the very top this season. Today we'll break down 5 major talking points from the game: Liverpool's shaky defense, Florian Wirtz's slow start, defensive issues with Kirkers and Frimpong, and the glaring lack of a true number 6, and of course, Ugo Ekitike looking like a star in the making. So guys, let's dive in. On paper, conceding 2 goals against Bournemouth doesn't sound disastrous, but when you look at how those goals were conceded, it tells a bigger story. Liverpool's backline looked stretched, almost disorganized whenever Bournemouth applied pressure. The biggest problem, the gap between the midfield and the defense. Every time Bournemouth transitioned quickly, Liverpool's defenders were caught in two minds. Do they step up or do they drop back? Virgil van Dijk, still the leader of this defense, had moments of quality, but also moments where he looked isolated. Konate's position left something to be desired, while the fullbacks were often too caught higher up the pitch to recover in time. This isn't a new issue. Liverpool's island works brilliantly when there is control in midfield and pressing from the front. But when that pressing isn't perfect and when players lose individual duels, the defense looks fragile, and Bournemouth exploited that more than once. Against stronger sides, say City, Arsenal, or even Aston Villa, those lapses could turn into defeat. So yes, Liverpool scored 4, but defensively the foundation don't look solid enough for a team who wants to retain their title. Now, let's talk about Florian Wirtz. There was so much excitement about his arrival in the Premier League, arguably one of the brightest young playmakers in Europe, but right now, it looks like a player still searching for rhythm. Wirtz struggled with the tempo of the game. The Premier League is more physical, quicker, and less forgiving than the Bundesliga. Time and space are luxuries, and Wirtz seemed to need that extra half second on the ball. Too often, his touches were rushed and he got dispossessed before releasing a pass. Of course, this doesn't mean it's a flop. Adaptation takes time, and plenty of world-class players have had slow starts in England. Think of Kai Havertz at Chelsea. He looked lost at first, but grew into his role over time. Wirtz has all the tools, vision, creativity, and technical ability, but he needs to reset himself more, demand the ball, and show that fearless playmaking that made him a star at Leverkusen. Liverpool fans will hope this is just early teething problems, but if it doesn't settle quickly, maybe Slot will have a dilemma on his hands. Do you persist with him in the starting 11 or give him time to adapt from the bench? Fullbacks have always been crucial in Liverpool's style of play, and with Kirkers and Frimpong, Liverpool clearly want energy, pace, and attacking throws down both flanks, but the problem is defense seems to be an afterthought. Kirkers, still young, looked naive defensively. His positioning left too much space and behind, and Bournemouth targeted that side repeatedly. Yes, he's quick going forward, but defending in the Premier League is all about awareness as much as pace. He was often caught ball watching. Frimpong, on the other hand, is almost a winger masquerading as a right back. Going forward is electric. His overlaps create overloads. He beats players with ease, and he brings real unpredictability in the final third, but defensively he's vulnerable. He doesn't always strike runners, and where play breaks down, he can be a liability. Together, these two make Liverpool very exciting in attack but fragile at the back. And this ties back to our first point. Without defensive solidity in wide areas, Liverpool centre-backs are left exposed. Slot has to decide whether to double down on their attacking output or rein them in, but right now, opponents will be licking their lips at the space Liverpool leave in those wide channels. Now, this is the biggest issue in Liverpool's squad, the absence of a proper defensive midfielder. Ever since Fabinho left, Liverpool have been searching for that player who can sit in front of the defense, break up play and provide balance. Wataru Endo does a decent job, but he's not elite in that role. Alexis McAllister, when played deep, is wasted. He's more suited to a progressive role. Against Bournemouth, this weakness was glaring. Every time Bournemouth countered, there was no shield in front of the defense. A true number 6 would sense danger, cut out passing lanes, and protect the back line. Without that, Liverpool's midfield often looked like it's easily bypassed. This problem isn't just about defense, it affects the build-up too. A strong older midfielder dictates tempo, recycles possession, and allows creative players more freedom. Without one, Liverpool sometimes look chaotic in transition, relying on raw energy than control. If Liverpool want to seriously compete for the title, this hole in the midfield has to be addressed. Right now, it feels like they're trying to play a modern pressing game without the key anchor that makes it work. Let's end on a positive note. Ugo Ekitike. What a performance from the young forward. Ekitike showed composure beyond his years. His movement was sharp, dropping deep to link play, drifting wide to create space, and making clever runs behind defenders. His finishing was instinctive, taking chances with confidence, which is something Liverpool have lacked outside of Salah. What's exciting about Ekitike is that he doesn't just play as a poacher, he contributes to the build-up, presses aggressively, and has that unpredictability in his game. It reminds you of early Firmino in terms of link-up play, and with more direct goal-scoring instinct. Of course, consistency is the real test. Plenty of young strikers shine in flashes but struggle to deliver week in, week out. But if he can stay fit and Slot manages his development carefully, Liverpool may have found their new attacking star to lead the line for years to come. So, Liverpool got the win, but this wasn't a flawless performance. The shaky defense, weird adaptation struggles, the defensive issues of their fullbacks, and the lack of a true number 6 all point to deeper problems that Slot needs to fix if Liverpool are to challenge for major honours. But in Ugo Ekitike, they may have just uncovered a gem, a player who could define their attack in the coming years. What did you make of Liverpool's performance? Do you think Weird will come good? Can Liverpool cope without a true number 6? And is Ekitike the next big thing at Anfield? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive football analysis. Thanks for watching.